Today we have a piece of oak. This comes to us from my good friend Tuffy Marginez, and I know it's oak because he marked it oak, so that's a pretty good clue. We're just gonna make a cute little bud vase out of this. Just a quick and easy Christmas gift or birthday gift or thanks for inviting me to dinner gift or craft show sale or whatever you want to do with it. It's just gonna be quick and easy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or as we like to say here at Shady Acres Woodshop, howdy, let's get to it. The piece is about 3 1/4 inch diameter and about 4 1/2 inches tall currently. You can see I've drilled a hole for my woodworm screw. This is some hard wood, I can tell you that. Oh. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna have to get a strap wrench. I can't even screw that on there. Okay, that'll do it. Should be able to get a pretty good speed, although it's going to be a little out of balance for a while. I don't expect any bark to remain. Sometimes it happens if there happens to be a low spot and I haven't turned it all away. You know, there might be a little bit of bark, but I just don't expect that to happen. There are several cracks, and that's not a good thing, but this is going to be kind of a slender piece, I think, with maybe a bigger bottom on it. I'm not certain. I don't really have a real good idea. I have a general idea what I want to do. It's just going to be cute. What's really impresses me is that heartwood that I showed you. That is some nice, beautiful color. Let's get to turning. Well, the first thing I want to do is use my roughing gouge and just kind of round this edge up a little bit because you can see it's screw wacky. And then I'm going to take my parting tool and flatten off the bottom, and then we'll make a tenon on the bottom and then flip it around, and the rest of the turning will be done with the tenon and the chuck jaws. So we're going to be turning at 1400 RPM, roughing gouge, mask and face shield on. Should be close enough. And then my parting tool to flatten off the end. We'll mark out for a tenon. Doesn't leave much room, did it? And I guess we can just use the roughing gouge, the parting tool to make that tenon. Now we can get this turned around. And there's a bird flying around in here, and he just dive bombed me a minute ago. I hope he doesn't do that in the middle of turning something. Oh, maybe I should go the other way, huh? Duh. He's scratching around up there. He's driving me nuts. Let me go see if I can chase him out of here. So now we're at 1400 RPM. I've switched to a 6-inch tool rest so that I can get in here a little bit closer. And I've got the 1-inch roughing gouge, and we'll just clean the bark off of there and see where we are. Mask and face shield on, of course. And I did chase him out the door, little bugger. That's a pretty healthy crack. It'll be okay. I think we've got to turn most of that away as well. Okay, so this is the top now. So this will be pretty narrow up here, slim down the center, and then a little chunkier down this way. And for that, we'll switch to my stubby little 5/8 inch bowl gouge. I'm going to have to mark a parting off spot because that's how we're going to get this off the lathe. Boy, that is a pretty good crack, isn't it? Well, that's kind of what I was hoping would happen. That huge crack is gone, except for right here. Still pretty big, but we've turned most of it away, so that's good. There's still some cracks in there, no doubt about it, but I'm not done turning yet, so maybe we'll turn them all away. I don't know. I'm going to make a parting cut here to the depth that I want, which is going to be 1 inch, I think. Still got that crack. I might fill that with coffee grounds. Yeah, I think I will. Well, I still have a little bit of turning to do so I can clean it up. I'm just going to put some coffee grounds in there and some CA glue, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I think that's pretty much the shape I had in mind. I've got my crack patched. I'm going to do a little bit of shear scraping down here, and then I'm just going to use my negative rake scraper on the rest of the piece to kind of blend it all together. I can't get the negative rake in here too close to the check jaws. Might still be too close. Maybe not. Yeah, that's gonna look okay. I much prefer coffee grounds to wood dust or chips or sawdust or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't think I can do any better than that. Now we'll drill it out and then we'll sand it. It's going to look nice with some finish on there, whatever we go with. I have this little bud vase insert that just fits depth-wise, lengthwise. It's 5/8 of an inch under this little lip, 5/8 here. So I'm going to start at 3/8 and then I'll do 1/2 inch and then 5/8. I'll show you the first one. They'll all be the same. Got the lathe spinning at about 350 RPM. And I've got a depth stop on here as well. I always save my 2-inch discs after I've used them, where I think they're not good enough for power sanding, but they're still good enough for hand sanding. So I just like to use those for small things like this. I'll just peel one off here. This is an 80 grit, and I'm going to work up through 400. I'm going to have this piece spinning in reverse at 400 RPM, and I'll show you what that looks like as soon as I get my mask on. Pretty easy, right? I'll bring you back here in a bit and we'll put some finish on there. See you in a bit. Well, this isn't going to take long. I'm using Howard Feed and Wax, which I think is the perfect finish for this. I'm also not so sure this is oak, Tuffy. I don't think so. It did look like it in the beginning, but it doesn't look like it anymore. So this just takes one coat of this stuff, let it set for 20 minutes, spin the piece up around 1000 RPM or so, buff it up with a clean rag held against it, and you're done. Of course, we still have to part it off the lathe, so I'll bring you back when it's time to do that. See you in a bit. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Let's get it parted off. I'm just going to use my parting tool. I'm going to come in at a slight angle towards the middle, towards the top, so that it sets on just this outside edge, not in the center. I hope that makes sense to you. Got the lathe turning about 1200 RPM. I'm going to turn the speed down to about 500 RPM. We're just about there. Now I'll just take this over here to this workbench, sand that up, sign it, get it finished, and I'll be right back. Be sure you stick around to the end of the video so you can see the before and after shots of this piece. If you'd share the video, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, here it is. One cute little bud vase in the books. It's little. It's about 4 inches by 2 1/4 inches in diameter at the biggest part. I really like the coffee grounds there. That was a good idea, Phil. I'll put some flowers in it or a flower in it on the turntable. And then you can get one of these. These are about a dime. If you buy, I don't know, a dozen of them or something. And they just fit right in there. Fit in a 5/8 inch hole. So everybody has a little branch out in the yard or along the street somewhere or in the park or something. Just pick up a branch. I can't remember what this was, 3.5 inches in diameter, I think, when we started, something along those lines. And you do have some waste that goes in the chuck, so I threw away about 1 inch in height. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There's the bottom. This is something, you know, you just make quick, 20 minutes. You need a quick Christmas gift. That's what this is going to be for me. I'm going to give this to a family member for Christmas. Somebody invites you to dinner, take one of these along as a thank you. I mean, it doesn't get any easier or cheaper. Free wood. Just find it along the road. Or in my case, have Tuffy Marginez send it to you. Fun to make, easy, quick. Sell them at a craft fair, I suppose, if that's your thing. I don't know what it might bring, 20 bucks or something, 15, no idea, never sold anything. Anyway, there you go, quick and easy, fun, great gift. Thank you, Tuffy Marginez, for sending this along for all to enjoy. If you like this video, thumbs up please, I'd sure appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, thank you very kindly. I truly appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, you might consider becoming one. I put out regular videos about 1 a week, and I'd like to keep in touch. An easy way to subscribe is just click my picture you see there near the end of the video. Your comments are always welcome, and I love reading them. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.